series is over. The one word I have is magical. And if you're watching right now, you can see the celebration is still going on in the locker room, and I have no doubts it is going to be going on all night long. This was a magical game, one of the greatest games in Philly sports history, and we have a ton to talk about. But really, for us, this was special as well.
My one word would be wild. And if you're watching right now, it is wild in that clubhouse. They are lighting up cigars. They are spraying champagne. It was a party down here on the field right when the game ended. I don't think the fans left for a good 45 minutes after the game ended.
I'm with you. They were here. They were singing, dancing on my own with the team.
Yeah.
They were singing after. There was the ceremony out in center field. The owner raises up the trophy. The crowd went nuts. I haven't experienced many things I haven't experienced anything like what I experienced here today. Philly deserved this. They were waiting for this. And as Bryce Harper said, we still got 4 more.
Yes, they do. But let's get back to this game here because they came back. This team has been so resilient just the last month of the regular season into this postseason. They were down going into that 8th inning with Bryce Harper, their MVP, coming to the plate and being the biggest guy, the MVP in the biggest moment.
I can't stop smiling thinking about it. I mean, I can't get this grin off my face. It was the 8th inning. It was Bryce Harper. They were down a run in Philly. He's the $300 million man. It just felt like this is a moment that stars are made. And Bryce Harper came up, and a big player with a big opportunity came through and etched himself in Philly history for the rest of his life. That's what that moment was. That was the biggest star arising to the biggest occasion, and it was absolutely remarkable. The place was going nuts, and what more could you have expected? It's Bryce Harper. He was the reigning MVP, and that was his mark. That was his moment. That was the moment Bryce Harper became a Philadelphia icon for the rest of his life. And Alex and I ran out onto the field immediately following the game. I went right up to Bryce Harper, and I caught up with him and heard all about it. So let's check that out. We good? Bryce, congratulations, man. You're going to the freaking World Series. Explain the feeling.
Yeah, I think as an organization, as a team, as a fan base, the city of Philadelphia, we got 4 more, right? I mean, the job's not done. We're going to enjoy this. What a great moment for this city, for this town, and just everybody around.
You went down this year for a while after your hand injury. Did you believe you could get to here, to this moment right now?
I don't think there was a doubt. Nobody on this team doubted that moment, doubted the opportunity to be here. We're so grateful for it. We're so thankful for it as well. And we're excited for that next opportunity as well.
Last one for you. Your last at-bat, the home run. Walk me through that at-bat and what you were looking for in the moment you knew it was gone.
He's got a really good heater. I mean, he's been unbelievable all year long for them. And once I spit on the 1-2 changeup, I thought I had him right where I wanted him to be and just tried to take the best swing I could. That's a great team over there. Really good team. They had a great year. And, the ability to win this game in front of our fan base, to celebrate here, that's what it's all about.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks, Ben. I appreciate it, man.
What was the moment that Bryce Harper became a legend? And to talk to him immediately after was really cool. And obviously I asked him about the feeling of going to the World Series, and he talked about this is what it's all about, but we have 4 more. But I dove into that at-bat, which was something really cool for me to do because I was watching that at-bat thinking, okay, now what's he going to do? He was late on a few pitches. The guy throws 100, so that's fair. Yeah. Late on a few pitches, and then the at-bat turned when he took that changeup down. He throws 100 miles an hour. He threw Harper after many foul balls on fastballs. He threw him that nasty changeup down in the zone, and I said, something's going to happen. He's locked in now. And to hear him say literally that, I took that changeup and felt great about it. Really special, but what a special moment. And look, if there was ever a sense of him being underrated, which I truly believe there was, even though he was the MVP last year, I still think he was underrated because maybe it had a little to do with, well, he was in Washington for a lot of his career, and then he was in Philly. This was his moment.
This was his moment.
Tonight was his moment.
And we talked about it a little bit yesterday on the show. Why is Harper underrated? Because he came into this league. He was on magazine covers. He was a top prospect. He's an MVP, but for some reason, he's still not talked about as much as some of the other star players. But a game like tonight and a moment like tonight where you are at the plate and you have a chance to take your team to the World Series with one swing of the bat, and you do that, this is where legends are made. Philly legends are made, baseball legends are made, and moments like this that fans, baseball fans, Philly fans are going to remember for the rest of their lives.
Well, I think you bring up a great question, Alex, which is why was he still underrated? Because he's won 2 MVPs. Why is he still underrated? And for me, I think it's because of all the hype you mentioned before he had done anything. All the hype of being on Sports Illustrated at 17 years old and getting drafted so high and getting into the big leagues so quickly. All of that hype, like it or not, makes it harder for you to seem like you're having the career that he is having. So it takes moments like this. Yes, 2 MVPs, but what is that moment? Forget the MVPs in the eyes of many. Forget the MVPs. Yeah. What is that moment? What is that career-defining moment? And he just had that career-defining moment right behind us, and to talk to him about it was really special.
It's also crazy to think he was injured in the middle of the season, came back, had a really tough end of the regular season, and then once the postseason started, he just kicked it into a different gear and became the MVP Bryce Harper that we both said if the Phillies want to make it through this postseason, if they want to get to the World Series, Bryce Harper has to be the MVP, and he did just that.
You know, a lot of people talking about that injury and how it made him struggle.
Yeah.
You know what nobody's remembering right now?
What?
That injury, those struggles.
No.
It all goes out the window because of success. Mm-hmm. And all of these moments I've talked about of the old MVPs and all of the hype and being underrated. Forget all of it. It's about this moment. Tonight was one of the greatest moments in Philadelphia sports history. And if you had said that coming into this game of you're going to see a game and you're going to see one of the greatest moments in Philly sports history tonight, who did it? The answer would have been Bryce Harper. And it happened. Big stars arise at big moments. And tonight, Bryce Harper took control of that moment and etched himself into history forever in Philadelphia.
He did. And, you know, we talked to a bunch of other players on the team. And when I talked to them, I asked them about that moment. What was it like seeing Bryce Harper going to the plate, stepping up to the plate, and winning this game for the team? And a couple different teammates said, well, we knew he could do it because it's Bryce Harper. He's been doing it all season. And it was just that, he's our guy. He is our guy. He is our MVP. And we're not surprised that he stepped up to that moment.
How cool is that? You know, the players felt that. Everybody here felt that.
Yeah.
We felt it. It's one of those unique moments in history where you have one of the brightest stars in the game, one of the biggest moments in a city's playoff history, and the right guy at the plate in that moment. It just felt too perfect for it to not happen.
Yeah.
And then it happens, and you just lose your minds.
Yeah.
And it's a moment that this crowd, Bryce Harper, and all of his teammates will remember forever.